4chan green texts, in my opinion, date to some of the oldest memes that I can remember. Not the oldest on the internet ever, but I specifically remember my first foray into browsing the web at home wasn't on a PC because I didn't have a computer. No, it was on my PSP on my neighbor's stolen Wi-Fi. As you can imagine, using the built-in web browser on a handheld gaming console kind of sucked. Every web page would take upwards of a minute to load. God forbid it had a lot of images or the forbidden video that sometimes, if I was really willing to, I'd have to click play on and then wait 30 minutes before watching. But I found myself able to sufficiently browse through memes by hopping onto 4chan, where there were only a few images, and even if they didn't load right away, I could still read through the text to sufficiently get my funnies. Funny enough, on the modern internet, I still find copypastas and callbacks to 4chan green text that I swear I remember reading 10, 15 years ago even. And so in today's video, I figured it'd be fun to take a look at some of the more influential green texts that I feel like still have legs today. See Ya Later Virgins is a copypasta 4chan green text template that, according to knowyourmeme.com, started to gain popularity sometime in mid-2018. The joke being that everybody posting on 4chan is obviously a virgin. I mean, why else would you spend any amount of time on a website that only allows you to post one image? Extrapolating this idea, if anybody were to lose their virginity, they would basically no longer be allowed to post on the 4chan boards because, again, it's virgins only there. Taking this character of the virgin 4chan poster, many people started to make green text stories explaining how they came close enough to losing their virginity that they feel like they've already qualified for the get out of jail free card that is, I don't need to post here anymore, I'm too busy getting laid. See you later, virgins. Be me. Taking a standardized test. After the test, we're given the option to sleep, take a nap. I just slept with all the girls in my class. See you later, virgins. I have never been more proud of some anonymous person on the internet, probably lying for attention. Bro slept with his entire class? Wow. Obviously, this anonymous 4chan poster is a god amongst man. He's the chaddest of all the chads. I mean, most people would dream to be able to sleep with any girl in their class, let alone all of them. Clearly, this counts. In first aid training, practicing reanimation on a training dummy. Girl passes before me and does mouth-to-mouth on the dummy. Forgets to wipe with disinfectant towelette afterwards. My turn. Proceed to do mouth-to-mouth with the dummy. My face when my lips indirectly touched a girl's lips. My face when I'm a chad now. See you later, virgins. I'm gonna be honest, this one just kind of seems gross. My favorite thing about See Ya Later Virgins is the childlike whimsy and innocence that it seems to maintain in the in-joke that it's making. I'm sure even back in the days where this meme was popular, it was still perfectly feasible for a 12-year-old to find a video of the cartel beheading somebody on Twitter. And yet at the same time, here are people over on 4chan making posts as if they're 8 years old learning about cooties for the first time. You remember when you were in elementary school and you thought girls got pregnant if they held hands for too long? Somehow even that level of childhood delusion feels like a few steps below this one. If I tell you to buy gamer subs with my discount code linked in the description, your lips will touch the waifu cup that I told you to buy with my lips, meaning we basically kissed. See you later, virgins! Go shopping at a retail store, see female employee folding a pair of pants. They're my size. Ask if I can try them on. She shrugs. Go into the fitting room and put on the pants. Pants touched by female hands, touching my boxers, touching my dick. Molested by my uncle. See you later, virgins!
Welcome to SumitoMedia Show, where I will take you along today's episode. Ding, ding, ding.
Okay, get out of here. John is kill. Might be, I mean, like, I always get in trouble when I say stuff like this, but might be the most iconic 4chan green text in the modern age. There are so many different versions of this meme. I'm sure some of you have at least bumped into it, even if you don't know the origins from the Club Penguin version, but it's comedy gold. In 2012, a Russian dude just decides to make a 4chan post about Heath Ledger passing away, in which he writes, "Apology for poor English. When..." I already can't get through this. "When were you when Heath Ledger dies? I was sat at home drinking brain fluid when Fred ring. Heat is dead. No. And you? Heat Legend is kill. is an age-old 4chan meme, and not only is it that, but according to knowyourmeme.com, the John Legend version posted by a different user onto 4chan was posted in a green text format later that same day, basically cementing this Russian's Google Translate of the phrase into a meme the same day that it was born. Different versions of this meme would be twisted to fit the death of several other things, the most popular of which, aside from the original, is of course Club Penguin is kill. Apology for bad English. Where were you when Club Penguin die? I was at house eating Dorito when phone ring. Club Penguin is kill. No. The remakes of this meme, purposely miswriting some of the words, does lack a little bit of the authenticity that came with the original poster, because he stated, "Forgive me, I am Russia," which is like, the fact that all of this mistranslation was authentic to this dude just trying to get out an idea about being upset about Heath Ledger's death, but just not having the ability to say it in English. It's just so good. Such a timeless little piece of internet lore that I'm glad has made it to the modern day. I can't even say Heath Ledger. I keep saying Heath Legend because that's how it's imprinted into my brain after all these years. Spaghetti stories are one of my favorite sorts of bait and switch things, which were very common in the early days of 4chan green text. Basically, people would get into the habit of writing these long, elaborate stories, seemingly just trying to capitalize on the fact that anybody would read a board if it looked like it started with green text, because that was typically the ones that were a little bit better written and not a waste of your time. So naturally, as people discovered that people were more likely to click on green text stories for not wasting their time, they would purposefully start writing lengthy green text stories only designed to waste your time. In comes spaghetti stories, which according to knowyourmeme.com started as early as 2009, with the earliest noted examples posted on the bodybuilding forums, where a lot of 4chaners would find themselves cross-posting the best posts on 4chan, because I'm assuming the bodybuilding forums had more users or something. This isn't the first time that a meme that is technically from 4chan instead found its popularity on an old forum for bodybuilding or Honda Civics or whatever else. Went to the Halloween store to pick up a Ouija board. Grab the board, proceed to the checkout. Cute girl is behind the counter. My palms start to sweat and I get nervous. Cute girl tells me it's $30. I reach into my pocket for my money. Spaghetti falls out. Everybody stares as there is spaghetti all over the floor. I try to clean it with my jacket, but it doesn't work. I run out of the store. No pics of the girls because, I ran away. While not specifically a reference to the 4chan bait and switch style of telling a lengthy story just to end it with spaghetti falling out of your pockets, the notion of having spaghetti in your pockets for any reason is a meme that would see resurgence sometime in late 2010, 2015 to my knowledge, where people would just be posting pictures of stock image dudes or even Pepe the Frog with spaghetti falling out of their pockets. It was very popular on Instagram for whatever reason, without many people making reference to the fact that it started with old 4chan green text, probably because they were lengthy and effectively a waste of your time.
Whoa, you good, man?
I'm sure some of you have referred to spaghetti, spaghetti-ing, dropping spaghetti, spaghetti fell out of my pockets, in one way or another to refer to some level of social awkwardness, seemingly in reference to these early 4chan green texts. There is actually an Urban Dictionary entry, which states that spaghetti can be used to refer to some act of social awkwardness that was dated as early as 2012, and with the 4chan green text being popularized in late 2009, it seems like they're related, but obviously people were also memeing the idea of spaghetti with Eminem's popular song Lose Yourself, stating mom spaghetti, that people would associate with palms sweaty, knees heavy, obviously awkward in a social situation, and that song's from 2002. Wikipedia states that the phrase spaghetti code was written by author Richard Conway in a book about disciplined programming in 1979, and even more so would become common vernacular in the late 80s. So newsflash to everybody, if you weren't aware, spaghetti is considered messy. There are numerous examples of bait and switch methodology in green text stories because, again, generally speaking, you would be in for a long ride when you click on something that's 30 lines of text, expecting it to be a story that's worth reading. Spaghetti pockets is one of the lesser known examples, but one of the more common ones that I think everybody is familiar with at this point is open the door, get on the floor, everybody walk, the dinosaur. According to Wikipedia, the first example of rickrolling evidently took place on 4chan, and with that song being from 1980 something, I imagine that most of these bait and switch style memes are basically coming from the essence of rickrolling. Open the door, get on the floor, everybody walk the dinosaur is also a song from the 80s, but obviously grew in popularity with its inclusion in the Ice Age movie. And it's basically the same. You tell a relatively lengthy story that seems like it's gonna end in something interesting, and instead it ends with somebody opening a door and then getting on the floor and then everybody doing the dinosaur. You've got to help me, B. I've done something horrible. I caught my girlfriend cheating on me with my best friend. When I saw them together, I got so furious. I slit their throats with my pocket knife. Then, I buried the two bodies and my mom got scared and said, "You're moving with your auntie and uncle in Bel Air." How am I falling for this? Be me. Ending a YouTube video. Remember to like and subscribe. Remember to thank the patron scrolling in the background. Remember, I need to make a thumbnail for the video. Open the door. Get on the floor, everybody walk the dinosaur. See you later, virgins.